before we start this, I would just like you to all know I recorded this in its entirety and then realized my mic was muted the whole time. I want to cry. Alright, guys, it's your boy, Bad News Bears. And today I want to talk about the future of Predecessor, specifically the year 2023, and what I hope to see for Predecessor in the year 2023. Great start. I'm going to have some contests mid-gameplay in the background, just some random gameplay. I literally played it like an hour ago. I hope you all had a great New Year's, and in the comments let me know what you hope for in 2023. Maybe we want the same thing. Let's jump into it. Alright, so this isn't going to be in any particular order, but I do have it like split off into sections here. So the first thing I want, let's talk about UI/accessibility. The first thing I really want is a customizable core build, which once I get through picking my crest here, I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. Why do I take so long? Alright, so as you can see here, we have our core items, which is the common items the devs think the character would be building. I would like to be able to take this and, you know, how many items? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's like room for 13-ish, but even like you could cap it at 10. Let me put 10, 12, 13 items there. So it's like a quick ready button that I don't have to search the filters or remember the item's name or have it already in the recommended items. You can leave the recommended items there, but let us edit core. I like the way the item shop is laid out. The only other suggestion I have for the item shop is add an anti-heal filter, especially for new players. Me, at this point, I know every single anti-heal item starts with the word tainted. So that's great, I can just type that in, but an anti-heal tab should be added. I would also like a better call-out menu. I think this is, of everything in 2023, I think this is the biggest thing. You have a competitive game, you need a good communication system. As far as I'm aware, they don't plan on making voice comms available in the game, so similar to League of Legends in that sense. The call system currently is abysmal. It's currently like you hold C and you get this weird chat wheel that's like in north, south, east, west. Like, so up is an option, right, down, left, all options. And then that opens another chat wheel, which can sometimes open another chat wheel. I just want what's in Smite, which is the VGS system. You hit V and it gives you a bunch of options. You want to do like general talking, you hit T for talk. You know, if an enemy's missing, you hit F for missing. It's like, it takes a while to learn. Smite it's so in-depth in Smite. I have 7,500 hours. I don't even know half of it or use half of it because some of it's so in-depth and I'm like, why? You don't need this. But for Predecessor, we need more. And we need it to be easier. The chat wheel is so obnoxious and hinders gameplay, where the VGS and Smite, perfect. It's crisp, it's clean. It doesn't hinder gameplay. You can do it while I'm clearing a wave right now. Super easy. But, like, Predecessor doesn't even have stuff like enemy headed left, enemy headed right, you know, enemy headed to the orb prime, be right back or I'm backing are or I'm returning to base is what it is in Smite, not I'm backing. So BRB and I'm returning to base could be used two completely different ways. Because maybe I'm just dipping into the river buff and I want my jungler to know, so I'll say be right back instead of I'm backing or whatever. So that would be super nice to have like just a bunch more options. Or set up a trap or set up an ambush. So if you don't want your team to actually clear the objective, but you want them to start it to bait a fight, set up an ambush, set a trap. Tons of useful chat options that should be in the game that aren't. The other thing we really need right now is a completely revamped ping system. Currently, it's hit scroll wheel where you're looking. Depending on what you're looking at, will change what the ping is. If you're looking at a minion, say attack the enemy minion. If you're looking at an enemy champion, it'll say attack the enemy champion. If you're looking at a buff, it'll say attack that buff. My biggest issue with it is if I'm looking at a champion, I ping them, and it says attack the champion. It tells my entire team, attack that guy. Now, sometimes I don't want to attack that guy. Sometimes my team doesn't know the enemy jungler is coming, but I can see them. My team's fighting, they're not paying attention to the map, they don't know this jungler is coming and about to kill all of them. I'll spam ping them, which the game says attack. So sometimes my team will be like, oh, let's attack that guy. But really all I'm saying is, hey, he's here, look, he's here, run away, he's coming, run. And my team just doesn't get the signal gets mixed because the ping system is so bad. I want, go figure, what Smite has. Let us free mouse, right? So let us, you know, it's hold left alt, I believe, in Smite. You'll get your mouse on your screen. So, for example, this is one of the biggest uses of it, right? Is if, say, Kalari is fighting me in mid and he runs away. If he runs into his jungle, I say enemy missing mid. And to that Grux might think he's in the right jungle, heading to him to gank. But if I can free mouse ping, I can click in his jungle to show that, hey, enemy missing, this is where he went. Super useful. I wish we would have it. Speaking of Smite, I'm going to pause the video here, because I would like to talk about passive tracking on HUD. So if we look at Smite here, you know, this is an old picture, so it's going to look a bit different from the other ones. I think this is an old console picture, actually. You know, you have your health bar, your abilities, your map, your items, your actives. Then you have this, which is Poseidon's passive meter. He doesn't have it built up at all. That's fine. Over here, very blurry picture. I apologize. Super blurry is what it is. You know, your map, your items, your abilities, your health bar, passive tracking. Raw, again, 0 stacks on his passive. Here we have Bologna. You know, health bar, abilities, items, enemies, map, and a passive tracker, which she's maxed out on. So, anytime a character in Smite has something that stacks, is trackable via stacks, it will be on your HUD. I really wish Predecessor had this. For the examples I'm thinking of, Chimeras, I think stacks, I do actually believe show up on somewhere, but it's really small and hard to see. It'd be nice if we had like this for Chimeras stacks. Countess, right now the only way to know how many stacks she has is to hold tab and see how many kills and assists you have, add those up, and if they, you know, then you know how much Omnivamp you have for free. Crunch was the one that I thought about this on, because when I was learning the character, I was having a hard time knowing what ability I was on, because I wasn't counting, because I was too busy trying to figure out how to play the character. I wasn't sure if I was on my enhanced abilities or not. So it would be cool if there was like his back with like his fire here, you know? Just a way to track it. Because I think right now, for new players especially, it can be a bit hard to track. There will be new characters in the game that will have stuff you wish tracked like that. Sevarog stacks are just tracked by a small number. It would be cool if he had a on HUD image or like meter that built up. It's just stuff like that. Actually, sorry, Countess does show. It's right here. I'm realizing now. I've never noticed that. But it would be cool if we had a better tracking system. I don't know, just more similar to Smite's. Clearer one on more characters. That'd be great. The only other thing for UI or accessibility that I want to talk about is recent player screen. Right now, there is no way to go back and look at a recent game to see who was in it, because maybe I want to report someone or add them as a friend, which currently we can't do at all right now. We can't add people that we don't know at all. If you're in a game with someone, say me and the Steel are getting along, I can't add them after the game or during the game even. So that would be super nice. Moving on to gameplay, which always kind of revolves around the ADC. I think ADC's in a really weird state right now. I think ADCs need another viable crest. Right now, ADCs are locked to basically one of 3 final items, which is kind of uninteresting. Mid laners have 2 crests, supports have 2 crests, junglers can build almost any crest they want, offlaners can build almost any crest they want. Actually, they can't build any crest. I don't think there's a single bad one. All depends on your character. And then ADCs are just locked to the marksman crest or hunters, whatever it's called, the purple shield looking thing that it transforms into a eviscerator. And that's lame. I want more diversity out of my ADCs. Speaking of diversity out of my ADCs, their items are abysmal. Why does almost every hunter item give you crit? Let's change that. Let's, have items that are specifically attack speed focused or specifically attack power focused. Why do they all have to have crit? I don't understand. It creates a very unhealthy condition for ADCs and their targets. It's just super weird. Give us in the future, an anti-crit item for tanks to kind of survive some of the shred from crit. Smite has that. Let's add items that we don't even necessarily have to get rid of all these items and rework them. Let's just add more ADC items. Let's just add more items in general. More diversity is good. In some cases, it's too much because it's hard to balance, but I think we're at a point where we could just use a few more items. That's just me. Next, I want to talk about some modes. Tutorial, that's currently on the roadmap that we got about a month ago. So that's nice. Hopefully we do get it very soon. The sooner the better, really, for a tutorial. Solo and co-op versus AI. Right now it's on the roadmap, but it's only solo versus AI. I don't know why we wouldn't just make it solo or co-op. If I want to teach my friend how to play the game, and I want to play along with them, I shouldn't have to pull them into a real game. I don't know why I can't just fight AI with them. It's just a really weird decision. The first decision I'm really confused about from the Predecessor dev team. I would love a 3v3 mode. Smite has Joust, which is one laned, 3 people, small jungle. That would be nice. ARAM is my biggest thing on the wish list, to be honest, for fun. For fun-wise, ARAM's great. All random, all mid. If you're a Smite player, it's called Assault. You all get a random character. Imagine you took everything out of this map but the mid lane and then gave everyone a random character. That's ARAM. It's so much fun. I would like more in-depth custom games. Right now, custom games, I believe, are just get the amount of people you want up to 10 and play the game. I would like the ability to turn off minions. We played an ARAM game. We played a couple ARAM games, which I'll have videos up about soon, where the minions would push inhibitor because some of the side lanes get an advantage, and because we're playing ARAM, we have a rule where we're not allowed to go help the other lanes. So it's kind of annoying. It'd be nice if we could turn minions off, or some minions off. That would be cool as a way to play ARAM before ARAM comes out. The ability to change your starting level, your starting gold, the ability to add AI, a bunch of stuff that we just should have and don't. Which, fair enough, it's early. Hopefully stuff will get added. A replay system would be great to look at old games if I, went 22-0 and wasn't recording and I want to now dub over it. That'd be great. Super cool. It is on the roadmap, so hopefully we get that soon. Spectator cams in customs are also on the roadmap. Be super useful for people who want to practice casting, or for people who are putting on tournaments that want the games to be casted. Kind of just a must as people get more competitive with the game. That's all I want to talk about for modes. The last stuff is kind of miscellaneous stuff. Hopefully in 2023 we will get at least one more Omega team exclusive character. We're getting Huntress in March, I believe it is, but I'm hoping in the 4th quarter of the new year we'll get at least one more Omega character. There's some weird heroes that I think are just missing, like Greystone and Wukong. To me, those 2 characters were the poster boys of Paragon, and they're just absent from the game and not in the first batch of 4 new characters. Quang, that's just a personal one. I just want Quang for me. I love Quang. He's so much fun. A big one, I think 2023 would really benefit Predecessor to have a console release. If console isn't fully ready, at least as Season 0, that's similar to REA, where we don't have ranked and we are missing some core components, at least get them the game in some capacity. And ultimately, a huge thing, continued communication from the devs. The devs have been doing a great job communicating with the Predecessor player base and content creators, supporting content creators, helping players, keeping up to date, keeping them in the know. They've been great on the Discord, on Twitter, on Instagram, doing their best to make sure that we all understand what's going on with the process and what to expect. And that's why I put so much faith in this dev team and the game itself, and I really hope they stick with that. Anyways, that's my entire wish list for 2023. If you thought of something that you want that I didn't mention, leave it down in the comments. If there's a character you specifically are hoping for, leave it down in the comments. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, follow, all that stuff. Head down to my Twitch, give that a follow. Subscribe to my YouTube. That's the word, not follow. Subscribe. And I'll catch you on the next one. Have a great new year. I hope it's a good one. Peace.
Hey, I got some of that daily Predecessor content right here. Why not check it out? But just keep it between you and me. No one else needs to know.